Today's lecture we are going to see the mathematical analysis of recursive algorithm. I am going to explain the mathematical analysis of recursive algorithm based on three programs. First program is write an algorithm to calculate factorial using a recursive function. So before writing the algorithm, I want to explain what we mean by recursive function. You consider you are having a function named a and you are executing some statement. In return, if you are calling once again the same function, then this function transfers the control to a once again. Then it will execute the same statement and once again it will call. So a function calls the same function is called a recursive function. Now we go and learn what we mean by factorial. Suppose if you are given with a number 5 and they want you to calculate the factorial of 5, then it is executed in this way. 5 factorial is nothing but multiplying 5 with 4 factorial. If you are considering n is equivalent to 5, then 4 becomes n minus 1. And suppose if you want to calculate the value for 4 factorial, then it is going to be 4 cross 3 factorial. Similarly, 3 factorial is going to be 3 cross 2 factorial, and 2 factorial is going to be 2 cross 1 factorial. 1 factorial is going to be 1. Once after winding up this particular thing, this we call it as base value. So after finding the base value, it will repeatedly substitute the value in the previous execution. For example, after calculating 1 factorial, the corresponding value gets substituted here. So 2 cross 1 is going to be 2. Once after finding the value for 2 factorial, it will get substituted here. Then 3 cross 2 is equivalent to 6. Once again calculating the value of 3 factorial, it is get substituted here. You will be getting 4 cross 6 is equivalent to 28. Once again after calculating 4 factorial, it will get substituted in the 5 factorial. You will be getting 140 as the end result. So we are going to write an algorithm. So as we know, the algorithm always starts with the keyword algorithm, and here we are going to write the program for factorial and description, finding the factorial value, using recursive function, and the input given to this algorithm is an integer value and the output return factorial. So the first condition is if fact is going to be 1, return 1, else fact n minus 1, return n minus 1. So this is what the exact algorithm what we did is, if the value is going to be 1, you are going to return 1. If the value is more than 1, then it is going to in turn call here. For example, if you consider you are passing 5 as an argument, it comes and checks this factorial value. Factorial is not going to be 5. So it will come here. Once again it will call. It will become 4 now because you are passing 4 as an argument. Once again it will come. It will call 3 now. And once again you are passing the argument. So now it called 2. And when it comes 1, it will return 1. Once after getting this, it will pass to the previous calling function and you will get the result what we got in the example. This is the way it get executed. Now comes the important place where we have to write the recursive relation or recurrence relation we call this. That is nothing but we are going to write a recurrence relation for this factorial function. The factorial, n factorial, supposed to be calculated for n factorial. We are going to represent that by m of n. That is, m is nothing but the given value 5 factorial, which will get executed by n minus 1 and added with 1 for some n greater than 1. If m of 0 or m of 1 occurs, it will return 1. So this is for the relationship, we call it as a recursive function for factorial program. So whenever you are trying to calculate the value for n, it depends on n minus 1. This one is for the constant operation. Once after calculating up to 28, you have to perform only one operation to find the final value. So this one indicates that final value. This n minus 1 indicates this 28 value. That is the 4 iterations. So each time whenever you are reducing the number, when you call 5 factorial, then n is going to be 5. In turn, when you call 4 factorial, this becomes n. And when you call 3 factorial, this becomes n. So only when you reverse the operation, if you want to get the final result, you have to perform only one constant operation. So this is going to be the entire recurrence relation, and this is considered as a base condition. If you are passing 0 or 1 as the basic value, and it will return 1. Now we are going to do the analysis. Here in analysis, we are going to use a mathematical formula. We call that as backward substitution. Backward substitution method. Is used to analyze this recurrence relation. So base value what we are having is m of n is equivalent to m of n minus 1 plus 1. So this we treat as a first equation. And second equation, instead n we have to substitute n minus 1. If you want to calculate the value for m minus 1, you have to find the value for m minus 1. So that is what we are going to do. Instead n, I am going to substitute n minus 1. Then m of n minus 1 minus 1 plus 1. When you simplify, you will be getting n minus 2 plus 1. So now this becomes the equation 2. And third step, suppose if you want to calculate the value for m of n minus 2, once again you have to substitute n minus 2 in the basic equation. You will be getting m of n minus 2 minus 1 plus 1, which will be equivalent to m of n minus 3 plus 1. We treat this as a third equation. Now we got 3 values. For all backward substitution method, for the recurrence relation, we have to find out 3 values. First value, and we are going to use the backward substitution, and we are going to substitute equation 2 in 1. Equation 2 in 1. So m of n is going to be the equation 1, m of n minus 1 plus 1. Instead this m of n minus 1, we are going to substitute the value what we got for m of n minus 1. We will be getting m of n minus 2 plus 1 and this one plus 1. So when you simplify this, you will be getting m of n minus 2 plus 2. This we treat as fourth equation. Now in equation 4, substitute equation 3 in 4. Because here we are getting m of n minus 2, we have already calculated the value for m of n minus 2. So we are going to substitute. So m of n minus 2, I am going to substitute this value, which is nothing but m of n minus 3 plus 1 and plus 1, which will be equivalent to m of n minus 3. I mean here we are having 2, m of n minus 3 plus 3. So when you are trying to solve a recurrence relation, you have to find the pattern. Here if you see, you are getting m of n minus 1 plus 1. when you move on to this, you are getting m of n minus 2 plus 2. When you once again substitute, you are getting m of n minus 3 plus 3. So after for some I, you will be getting the equation like m of I is equivalent to m of n minus I plus I. This constant term will get repeated for I. So assume I is equivalent to n, then m of n is going to be m of n minus n plus n, which is nothing but m of 0 plus n. And we know the base value of m of 0, which we have already written in the recurrence relation. M of 0 or m of 1 is going to be 1. So 1 plus n. So now when you calculate the time analysis of some function, you have to take the polynomial alone, theta of n. So this is what the time complexity of factorial function using recursive algorithm. Thank you.